Hey guys, thanks for joining me. So my live tonight is all about building a doTERRA business. So firstly, hey Jazz. Firstly, I wanted to start this by saying I am actually a little bit embarrassed about saying this, but you know, vulnerability, that's how this world works, doesn't it? I'm a little bit embarrassed to say that I actually found doing that video today and talking about the business opportunity super uncomfortable. Because I haven't really built my business by talking about the business opportunity. It's always been, not publicly anyway, it's always been about the product, and then I've talked about the business opportunity kind of behind the scenes. So it's not something that I've done publicly. So it was really uncomfortable for me to do that today. And the more I thought about that, I was like, why do I feel so uncomfortable? Why do I feel so uncomfortable talking about the business opportunity? Is that something that I believe, or is that something I've picked up from somewhere else? Because let me tell you, I've been in doTERRA for 4 years now, right? And the product's fantastic. But my favorite part of doTERRA is the business. Like, I love the business more than I love the product. So when I was thinking about that, I was like, I talk about the product heaps. Why am I not talking about my favorite part of this, which is the business? And it's because it's a network marketing thing. It's because in general, I don't like network marketing companies, and because I've been sleazed on in the past by other network marketing companies. So the thought of me doing that to someone, or me making someone or influencing someone to feel icky and yuck, just didn't sit right with me, because I hated when people pushed that on me. So I never wanted to do it to anyone else. But then, like, I thought about it today as I was like pushing myself out of my comfort zone, and I was like, I love this business so much. Like, why am I not talking about it more? Why am I not putting it out there on a public platform? And it's because I'm a bit scared of scaring people off. But, you know, the thing is, I'm going to scare the right people off. People that are scared of the business opportunity, people that are not interested in it, they're probably best to be scared off anyway. Because they're not going to want to work with me. They're not going to want to build a business with me. And right now, the people that I want to work with is people that really want to do this as a business, because the business is the best. So the questions I'm going to go over: what it means to have a doTERRA business, the difference between successful businesses and those that are not, what it takes to be successful, what you must look for in a network marketing company, and what partnering with me means. So I know there are those of you on here that are on other businesses that have your own businesses with doTERRA. Please feel free to stay on here. And if you do send anyone to watch this video, please go back to the person that sent you to watch this video and talk to them about the business. I'm very big on practicing ethically, and I like to, if someone has gone to the effort to say, hey, this is something I'd be really interested in you and I doing, can you watch this video and then come back to me and chat about it? Please just respect. I really like to respect relationships, so please go back and do that. So what it means to have a doTERRA business. What it means to have a doTERRA business is that you are running a business. So people like to think that it's different from a shop front, and it is in a physical sense. But you couldn't start up a shop front and go there for 2 days one week and 3 days the next week, and then just have a week off, and then go 2 days the week after that, and then go 5 days a week after that, and then disappear for a month, and actually expect your business to operate and to take off. No, it doesn't happen like that. There's a very big difference between people that use the product, people that just want to like casually share the product with some family and friends, and people that actually want to commit to doing this as a business. If you're committing to doing this as a business, it means that you're setting up a shop front and you're showing up. You're showing up every single day. And everyone knows when you start up a business, in the early days of a business, it requires a lot more work to get that momentum happening, to get that ball going. So when you start that up, it's going to require effort. It's going to require time. It's going to require sacrifice. It's going to require work, W-O-R-K. Like as in physical action. You're going to have to do stuff to make this happen. A lot of people see the figures that come with building a doTERRA business, and they see the income earning capacity, and they're like, oh, that sounds good. It's not a magic pill. You have to do the work to get the money. That's just, funnily enough, how things work in this world. So doTERRA business is no different from that. The way this business works is by helping people to A, experience the essential oils, B, find a solution for a problem that they've got going on in their life with the essential oils, and then C, getting them to use the essential oils on a regular basis by providing exceptional customer service and helping them to be part of a community and continually providing solutions for their problems. That's basically it. The majority of your business will be made up from customers, not business builders. Business builders are people that believe in the product, they believe in the vision, they believe in wanting to help people, and maybe they want to create some form of extra stream of income for themselves. So that income could be like, I have one lady that was building up like a pod of just cash every year to take her family on holidays. She didn't want to like build it into a big, massive organization like I have, but she wanted to build it into something where she could have like $12,000 a year that they didn't have to save, that she was just teaching classes for, and that paid for their family to go on like an epic holiday every year. That was her like little stream thing. Other people like to look at it as a form of investment. So if you are investing money in a bank and earning interest on it, you will get a lot more return from a doTERRA business than you would by putting money in the bank, like truckloads more. So people looking at it from that point of view. And then some people just want to quit their 9 to 5, get out of that, replace their income, exceed it even more, and build a life that they really want, where they're not confined by, restrictions from the government, restrictions from their bank account, restrictions from people telling them what they can and can't do. Because money gives you freedom. And no, it doesn't buy happiness, but it can buy a lot of things that help with happiness. So like being free to choose what you want on a day-to-day basis, not being restricted by your bank account. I have been in that position before where I haven't had any money. And now I'm on the other side of that now, and I wouldn't go back there. Thanks, I'm not really into suffering and struggling. I don't mind going through it, like from a personal growth point of view, to try and grow myself as a person. But that financial struggle where I'm like wondering whether I'm going to eat, living from week to week, wanting to take my kids on holidays, wanting to choose what school or sport they're in, having to like sacrifice around that, that's like, it sucked. Didn't like it at all. So I looked for an opportunity to make that not happen. And now I'm in that opportunity. I didn't fall into it. I made that opportunity for myself. And it's awesome. I love it. I really, really love it. I love being able to say yes to my kids within reason for what they want. They still don't have iPads or iPhones, and I'm holding that off until they're 14, with any luck. And just being able to choose, like having the freedom to get my hair done when I want, have facials when I want, go out for dinner when I want, like not having to like budget and stuff like that, just knowing that I've created that abundance of freedom. It's such a blessing, and I don't take it for granted at all. So that's what, everyone can look at it differently. I decided to go really big with doTERRA, but you don't have to. Like someone can just grow a really small business and have just like $4,000 a month just like dropping in. It'll probably take you to get that consistently. Look, if you worked hard, you could probably do that in about 6 months. When I say work hard, I mean like 25, 30 hours a week. But really like 12 months, maybe a bit more, of like 10 hours a week, you could probably, if you were doing activity that actually produced results, you could probably set that up pretty stably based on the compensation plan that doTERRA has and the different bonuses that you can tap into. Now, when I say also, what does it mean to have a business with doTERRA? It means you are doing activities that cause you to create income. So a lot of people in doTERRA get caught up with having pretty pictures and pretty graphics and doing pretty branding and doing all this like pretty stuff that looks pretty on an Instagram feed, but doesn't actually do anything to generate any income. If you've got a big following online already, then you have a massive advantage. And people with big already established bases of people tend to be able to move a little bit faster in this than what other people who don't have that can do, which is like a blessing to them because they've obviously built something prior to doTERRA coming into their lives. But you need to be doing activity that's producing results. If the activities you're doing is not producing results, you have to change what you're doing. And if you keep doing it and keep getting no results, silly you. Okay, so the difference between successful businesses. If you have any questions, by the way, while I'm doing this, just type them in the comments because it's coming up and I will answer them as they come through. The difference between successful businesses and those that are not successful. I went over it a little bit before. It is people that show up for their business. So I have an absolute privilege of being able to see, not only in my team but in other teams as well, people that do this business and have done it differently over the 4 years that I've been in it. And I have 11,000 people in my team. I have 11,000 customers in my team. So I have a very, very large team in Australia. And so I've seen a lot happen with my team and with other teams as well. And the difference between people that are successful and hit those six-figure incomes and those that don't, the biggest thing is consistency. Like, hands down, consistency. Because this is the thing. When you get into this business and when you decide to build a business with doTERRA, you have customers that come to you that believe in you. Okay? They're believing in the product and they want someone to come and show them how this product's going to work. So if you come and join, like you start using the product and then you are educating about the product with your customers and then you disappear for 2 months and the customer's like, where's she gone? Oh, maybe I'll just go to Woolies and just grab that, cough medicine or whatever because I don't really know what she's doing. She seems to be doing, something else now. And then you come back 2 months later and then you're there and your customer's like, oh, she's back, great. Oh, we're going to do a cleaning class, I'm going to do an emotions class, and you might be there for like 4 months and then you disappear again. And then it's like, then your customers are like, oh, I forgot, because it's not in your customers, it's not in the forefront of their mind. It's in the forefront of your mind, but it's not in the forefront of their mind. So if you're not constantly putting stuff out there for them to consume in the form of education and that kind of stuff, they forget, and then they go back to their default, which is the supermarket or somewhere like easy and cheap like that, because that's just how we work. So if you're not going to be consistent, you are going to struggle and you're going to likely experience a lot of pain. I've watched it and it breaks my heart because I see people get so much momentum happening and they've got these builders coming into their business and they're running expos and they've got people coming to the expos and they've got so much amazing stuff happening with their business, and then they get tired and then they stop and then they have a break for 3 or 4 months, and so their business is going like this and then it goes like that and then they decide to come back and then they've got to do it, like, to go like that, the effort that requires to go like that is massive, and then they get back up again and then it goes like that again, and just constantly having to pick that momentum up over and over again is exhausting. So I would recommend pick a pace and just stick with it. Don't do this. It's exhausting for you, you burn out, and then you will resent this, you won't want to do this as a business, it will be annoying, and you will associate doTERRA with going like this. Okay, when it's actually not doTERRA going like this, it's you. But because you're not consistent, that's what doTERRA feels like. So if you just be consistent at whatever pace you want to do it at, you will get results. It's when you're not consistent and when you jump in and out, go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, that you get tired, that you feel like it doesn't work, and that you don't want to do it. So the massive difference is people are consistent. I taught a class every single week, apart from the week of Christmas, without fail for 2 years straight. I did not miss a week. Every week. Sometimes people showed up, sometimes people didn't. I taught a class every single week. For the first 12 months, I travelled back to the 2 country towns that I have massive amounts of team in, and I taught expos there or educational classes there every single month for 12 months, apart from Christmas, December. I was always going back. I was so consistent. And that consistency got me to where I am today. And so this is the thing. You can go like that for a little while. And like for me now, it's kind of like I'm not going like that anymore. I'm going like that, but I've slowed down. I'm not doing the weekly classes anymore, but that's what this business is. So it's a pipeline business. So you build it for a certain period of time like this, and then once you get to that residual income where the tap's turned on, it's just flowing in, you can like slow down and you're still earning a really, really good income. But if you do not put that work in the early days, it's not going to happen. I worked for 12 months with next to no pay. Zero. Actually not zero, I had my oils paid for. But it was 12 months with next to nothing, and I was working hard for that 12 months. I can remember my husband saying to me, when are you ever going to get paid? And it was literally 2 months before I started to get some really solid income coming in. And then he was like, oh, that money's there again, and it's there again, and it's there. You get weekly and monthly? Where is all this money coming from? I said, that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing for the last, like when I've been traveling and doing all this stuff. It takes time. It is so worth it. So worth it. But you have to have an entrepreneurial mindset, not a paycheck mindset. Paycheck mindset is I do the work, I get paid the week after. I have sick pay, I have holiday pay. Entrepreneurial mindset is I understand that I'm going to work for a period of time and I'm not going to get anything. I'm not going to get much at all. But I know that when I lay that groundwork, when I lay that foundation, that in 12 months' time, I'm going to be getting paid for what I didn't get paid for the last 12 months, and then tenfold. Okay? That's how it works. You have to understand that. You have to get your head around that. If you understand that, it makes this business a lot easier to get your head around. I don't recommend people, unless you have another source of income supporting you, I don't recommend people quitting their other job or whatever they've got going on in this until you've at least replaced that income with what you're earning with doTERRA. Or maybe a little bit less so that you quit and then it really pushes you to like keep moving forward. I think it's really, really silly to quit early, and I've spoken to the owners of doTERRA about that. I'm so blessed to have been this for long enough now that I've had good conversations with probably 5 of the 7 owners of the company, and they've all said definitely don't quit your job before you hit the rank of silver, and if not silver, the earliest they would recommend it would be a solid gold income, and that's a gold income based on the compensation plan, which you can Google doTERRA compensation plan, and it will come up and give you the average incomes. Oh, look at my stories. Oh no, I don't think it's got gold on there. I can't remember. Oh no, it does. Yeah, go have a look on that. The other difference between successful businesses and those that are not is customer service. Like really, really loving hard on your customers, loving them so much and taking really, really good care of them. So I have a truckload of resources for my customers. My retention rate, it's not that now, which like breaks my heart, but my team's so big that it's hard for me to control all of it. But my customer retention rate when I hit Diamond was, I think it was about 80, it was 85 or 87. I remember Joe, my like up line, because that's where my like next highest rank is like a few ranks in between me. And I remember she called me and she was like, your retention rate's nearly 90%. 90%. So that meant that 90% of the people that I had in my team were placing orders on a regular basis when I hit the rank of Diamond. Because customer service is imperative. You have to love your customers. You have to continually give them reasons to use the oils. You have to continually put that education out there. They need to be loving you. They need to be like, you need to be, when they think of like a problem that happens in their life, oh, I'll get in touch with such and such. Oh, I'll go into our Facebook group. Oh, I'll look up on our team app. Oh, I'll just message her and answer her. They need to, like, you're creating a family, you're creating a community. That's the difference between doTERRA businesses and other businesses. We have community. We have, like, I was put, like, the expos and everything that I was put on. I would talk to anyone and everyone that came there and just spend a lot of time getting to know them and spending that real quality time with them. And when you do that, you have a customer for life. Like, this is a life business. This is not like a 10-minute business. So really, really spending that time with the community, and our community is the best. in your team and outside, like just the doTERRA community in general, when you put the time and effort in, yes, it is. But I be blatantly honest, I have had people come to me after that, like, they'll see a post I do, or they'll meet me or whatever, I'll teach a class, and they're like, I ordered oils, like, I've got these oils, I've had them for, like, I don't know, maybe a year or so, I don't know what to do with them. I'm like, really? I thought, well, who did you get the oils through? They're like, I don't even know. I don't even know where I would log in. I don't even, maybe it was more than 12 months ago. But how do you learn how to do this? Because there are a lot of people out there, not a lot, okay, I don't know that. That's I shouldn't use that language. But I know there are people out there that just enroll people, take the quick cash, and then don't take care of them. Because I meet their customers who don't know anything about the oils. And if someone hasn't been supported with using the oils, and they go and find someone else 6 or 12 months later, and they want to join that person's team, they want to be part of that organisation, guess what? They can do it. It's called freedom of choice. And if and I say this to my team all the time, because, you know, sometimes my team has lost people as well. They've gone to other people's teams because they've had more connection or whatever there. And I say to them, if you are taking really, really, really good care of your customers, exceptional customer care, you won't lose people. So I had a lady not long ago who I personally enrolled. She messaged me and she said to me, my daughter is enrolled with someone else and I want to go to her team because I want to go and support her. I said, yep, no worries. Here are the instructions how to do it. I just gave her the instructions and she was like, oh, I thought you'd be upset. I said, she's your daughter. Like, I would want my daughters to do the same thing, and I'd want anyone's daughters to do the same thing. That's the right thing to do. These are the instructions, go and do it. Like, no hard feelings. And she came back to me probably within a month afterwards, and she said, I've made a really big mistake. She said, my daughter, which is that she came over to you, she said, we just had no idea that not every team has the kind of resources that you do. Like, you just have so much available for everyone. And she doesn't have that where we are. And I said, well, look, I'm sorry. I can't do anything about it now. You've gone and you're ordering and you're building your business or whatever. But I just said, you know, good luck. And I wish you all the best. But yeah, it is. It's important. Oh, look, I say it's important for you to know who you're building with. It makes it a lot easier if you're building with someone that has already got an established business or that is actively building a business and taking on business builders and training business builders. Is a lot easier. I didn't have that. When I enrolled, I've kind of moved at the same pace as like my upline. So I've done everything that I've done with my team, everything that I've created it on my own. Jazz will laugh at this because she loves laughing at this. But okay, this is how much I sucked in the early days, right? I didn't suck, all right? I couldn't figure technology out, so I just found a solution that I could understand. I used to put resources on USB sticks and post it to people because I didn't understand how to use Google Drive until I hit Diamond. Yes, I know. Thank you, Jazz. I know there's Google Drive, but I didn't learn about Google Drive until I was a Diamond. So I sent USB. You know what? Some people would quit, but I didn't quit. I found a way. And the USBs worked until I found Google Drive and Dropbox. But anyway, I know how to use all that now, and I'm really good at it. But that's the thing. The difference between people that have success and that don't, you either find a solution or you find a reason to quit. That's it. What it takes to be successful, consistency. You have to be consistent. You have to deliver amazing customer service. You need to be, I've got plenty of USBs, thanks Jazz. You have to be committed to giving really good customer service. You need to be committed for the long haul. You need to show up when other people don't show up. Like the amount of classes I went to that no one showed up. I used to run weekly Zooms I've run monthly. I've run 3 a month now, but for different ranks. But the weekly Zooms I ran for my business builders, every single week I would jump on there, and not the same builders would show up every single week, but I was there. I was there every single week for 2 years consistently for my team, finding different topics, doing different things, delivering different trainings. Anything that I could possibly do to bring to them, to help them, I would bring it to them. And I took it seriously as a business. I committed to it and I took it seriously as a business. Those are the kind of people that I want to work with. I want to work with people that want to do this business seriously, take this business seriously, and are looking to like, you know what, Rosie, 6 figures, I'd really love 100 grand coming in 12 months. 2 years, I can go with 2 years, but 100 grand a year. What do I have to do to make that happen? Because I can tell you how to do it. I know how to do it, right? That's what I did in 12 months. I know how to do it. I know how to create it. I know how to structure. I know how to maximize the compensation plan. I know how to do all of that. So you won't be going in blind. I can help you to do all that. But you've got to be serious. I'm not like, if you want to create that, you have to be serious about creating that. Because one thing that I learned very early on is just to match people's energy. And I didn't do that for a long time, but I'm getting really good at it now. So I will give and give and give and give. But if I don't get anything back, I'm not just going to keep pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring, because what it teaches the other person is that they don't have to do anything and they get everything. And that's not how life works. Okay? That's just not how life works. That's not how business works. And it gives the other person a false sense of what this actually is. This is work. You have to work this if you want it to work and if you want to be successful. So I will be there. I will cheerlead. I will help you. I will do anything. But you've got to show up and do the work consistently. Consistently. And when I mean consistently, it's a class every week. It's like finding opportunities to meet people. So if you can't, like I didn't have a very large network when I started this, so I got in touch with businesses. I dropped oils and diffusers off at businesses. I went to different businesses and talked to them about it. I looked up Meetup on, what's a website that you meet up with people. I went into Facebook groups. I went anywhere that I could think of. So my customer that I was looking for was a mum with kids. So you need to know who you're talking to as well. You need to know what your customer's into, because you can't serve everyone. You think you can, you can't. You need to pick the kind of people that you want to work with, and when you know the kind of people that want to buy oils off you, then you need to go find where they hang out, and then you need to go hang out there. So I've signed my beautician up, I've signed my hairdresser up. Where else do I go? Oh, I've got children, I don't go many places. I've signed kids, like mums at school up. Where else? Oh gosh, now this is embarrassing. It's showing how much of a life I actually don't have. Where else have I been? Like fitness places, I have signed a lot of people up. I just caught myself out then. But okay, look, I have. But you need to go and find different places. So, you know, maybe try different hairdressers, maybe try different beauty therapists, talk to them about what you do. People, and own what you do. When people say to me, what do you do? Yeah, chiro. Thank you, chiro. Thank you, chiro physio. Yes, sign my chiropractor up as well. And people that came to the chiropractors. Yes, thanks, Jazz has got all of them. Chiro, physio, gym. Yes. So anyway, you touch, and I taught plenty of classes at cafes as well. So you go into those environments, set stuff up, go around, network, ask them if you can advertise, all that kind of stuff. But it's doing it consistently. Pharmacies, they're a great one to get into as well. What you must look for in a network marketing company. Okay, so if you're going to partner with a network marketing company, it's really important, whether it's doTERRA or any other company, it's really important that you understand the mission of the company, so what they stand for, what their values are, what their beliefs are, all that kind of stuff, and whether they align with you, whether they're aligned with a charity or not, how this company wants to give back, what kind of a difference they want to make in the world, and how they're actually doing that. I got this off Martha, actually, from Leadership. Whether they pay you, whether their compensation plan pays you in a way so that you get to choose what happens with the money, or they pay you in a way like with cars or something like that. So would you prefer to have all the cash yourself, or would you prefer to get a bit of cash and then they just give you a car? Really think about that kind of stuff. I get all the cash. It's great. I get to decide what happens with it all, and I wouldn't change that. And you need to know who the owners are of the company, what kind of financial state the company's in, and what their retention rate is. So doTERRA's retention rate, so for every 100 people that come into doTERRA 12 months later, 70% of them are still ordering essential oils. Okay, so that's a really high retention rate. You'll find other retention rates from other network marketing companies in the industry will not be that high. You're more than welcome to go and research that, or you can just take my word because it's true. But research it. If you're a researcher, go and do the research. And that their compensation plan is stable, and if they have changed it, why and what has the change resulted in? So in doTERRA, our compensation plan has only changed once, and that was to give us a pay increase. So they gave us more money. You won't find many other companies out there that do that. So it's really important though, because if you're going to partner with them, if you're going to build with them, you need to understand the company that you're building with. You need to get really, really clear on that and make sure that you're aligned with them. So what does partnering with me mean? Partnering with me, well, I said this before. I am like a cheerleader for action takers. If you're going to take action, if you have a big dream, if you have a big vision, I want to know about it. And I'm going to be that person that when you doubt it, I'm going to say, you remember that dream? We're going to get back up and we're going to go after it. Let's go. Let's do this. Because one thing that I have come across in this business that breaks my heart and drives me mental and pushes me to do more in this world is the amount of women who I meet who do not believe in themselves, who do not believe they are worthy of an amazing life, and who do not believe they have the ability to create that life themselves. When I see that, and I see it like, I've got cold shivers going all over me because I've got different people that I'm thinking of that are like that, and I just, oh my God, it just breaks my heart because I used to be one of them. And watching women struggle and suffer and think that they have no power over changing their circumstances, I look at them, I hear the excuses coming through, I see them coming through on my phone, and I'm just like, why do you not believe in yourself enough to just get up and do this? Why? I just want you to believe and to do this. Like, it's just, and you know what, honestly, even if it's not doTERRA, I just want them to do something that lights them up, that fills their cup up, that makes them feel amazing, that makes them feel good. And I just see time after time after time settling. And I'm just like, I don't understand it, because the funny thing is, and a lot of people on my team would probably find this a bit strange, but when I've met some of the women that have come onto my team that have been, they've come in with degrees and with like multiple qualifications and all that kind of stuff. Like, I'm just a beauty therapist. I didn't finish year 12. I'm a health coach as well, but I haven't done like degrees, or I tried a couple of times, dropped out. But so when I see these people coming in that are like highly educated and have these really well paying jobs and they're entertaining the business opportunity, I feel intimidated. I was like, oh my gosh, these people, they're really successful. They've done this, blah, blah, based on society's conditioning of what successful is. And I see them come into my business, and then I slowly watch them as they start to build their business. And I'm just like, I'm watching them. I'm watching these women that have these amazing qualifications, that have done the most incredible things in their lives, not believe in themselves. And I'm just like, it shocks me every time, because I'm just like, can you not see what I see? Like, we're looking at the same reflection of you in the mirror. Like, do you see how amazing you are? Do you see how awesome you are? Like, and they really can't. Like, and I don't know what to do to help them, but I know that building this business helps people to believe in themselves. I know that building this business helps people to have the freedom to choose the life they want. I know that building this business helps other people to come out of suffering and to live better lives. I know that by building this business, it frees people and it helps people to come to a place where they believe that they're an awesome person, where they believe in themselves and who they are. It's just, I love that about this business. I love that more than the oils. I just love what it does for humans. And then that ripples down, that ripples into their children, it ripples into their community. And it just comes from building this business. And I love being part of that. I love being part of that. But I'm not the kind of business partner that's just going to sit back and go, oh yeah, you do you. Don't worry about not having a class this month. And hopefully if we line up with the stars and when the moon circles, then we sit and we think about it enough and we paint enough pictures. I don't know what people do. But then everything will just work. It's not me. Not me, sorry. I'm not going to be that person. I'm going to be like, all right, where do you want to go? What time frame do you want to get there in? This is the action that you need to do to get there. I will help you. I will guide you. I will make sure that you're getting as much pay as you possibly can for the work that you're doing. But if you're not going to do the work, then I don't need to talk to you every week. I don't need to talk to you every month, because we're going to have nothing to talk about. So I'm here for you 100%. I want to help you. I want to cheerlead you, but I can't do it all for you. I will do it. I will support you. I will be there for you. But you've got to be willing to do the work yourself, because when you do the work yourself, that's when you grow. That's when you become like the best version of yourself. So if you are not on anyone else's team, or if you're on my team already and working with me is something that you would like to do, I want to hear from you. I want to know your name. I want to talk to you, and I want you to become part of my doTERRA family. Go onto my Instagram profile and have a look at the highlights, right? Have a look at the Burley retreat that I ran. Have a look at the convention that we just did on all the red shirts. Go and look at the community that our team is. Go and look at my tribe. Go and see how we interact. Go and look at the community, because that's what you'll be part of. That's what we are. We are a tight-knit family. We love each other so much, and we're there to support each other to lift, to rise. Oh my God, Joe, yes! Can you come on my team? Bring your team with you as well. If we could only do that. I'd take you, I'd take Jazz, and go plonk, plonk. Although you'd probably want to be on the same team, so we can't do that. But yes. So this is, like I said at the beginning, this is the first time I've ever done a video like this, and I don't know, like, I do know why. Because of, you know, how I've felt from being conditioned from other MLMs, but this business is so bloody amazing. Dead set. If you're not doing it, you're really missing out. You really, really, really are. Because we live in Australia, and this community lifts you up. It is like full of the most positive, amazing people. We have difference of opinions, but we still respect each other. We're kind to each other. We genuinely want to see each other succeed. It's the most amazing community. It's in Australia, and any single one of you in Australia can have access to it right now. Any single one of you. It's up to you whether you want to do that or not, because we're not missing out. It's amazing. It's amazing. So we'd love to welcome you on board, and I'd love to welcome someone to work with me one-on-one and to really go change lives, improve yourself, and just take this to the next level. So, and anyone, like I said, if you share this with anyone and someone watches this, please go back to the person, because they're as excited as I am, trust me, and they want to talk to you about building a business with them. And if you do that, make sure you come to convention and come and say hello to me so I can give you a big cuddle, because that's how we work. Okay, guys, have a great night. Any questions, DM me, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.